Hi, hello. Thank you for checking out this video. And for this episode, we're going to discuss the current or the latest news about the Jehovah's Witnesses or the Watchtower organization and the country of Australia. Just recently, the Prime Minister of Australia himself has denounced and a public forum, which I believe the Parliament of Australia, the Jehovah's Witnesses. He denounces them because until now, they are refusing to join the National Redress Scheme of Australia to address the problem of child abuses in that country. And for so many months, in the past year, the Australian government has formulated or formed this national redress scheme to compensate and to help victims of child abuses in that country. And they encourage or they told all the sectors, especially the institutions in Australia, to join that national redress scheme to help the victims, to make compensations and provide any necessary program that will help them. But unfortunately, the Watchtower or the Jehovah's Witnesses in that country has refused to join that national redress scheme of Australia. And this is, of course, a decision from their world headquarters or from their topmost leadership, the governing body of the Jehovah's Witnesses in Warwick there. So the Prime Minister has denounced them in one of his speeches regarding this particular issue. For this reason, we're going to play this clip about this topic. Let's watch it.
The Royal Commission, the apology, and these yearly reports are about accountability, bringing the truth into the light. So I'm reporting that on 1 July this year, 6 institutions were named as having failed to declare their intention to join the scheme. We still have, reprehensibly, 4 institutions who have been named publicly and who have blatantly refused to join the redress scheme. They are Jehovah's Witnesses, Kenja Communication, Lakes Entris Pony Club Incorporated, Fairbridge Restored Limited. It's not acceptable. We are currently finalising the further sanctions, I know that are supported by the opposition, that the Commonwealth will place on institutions who continue to refuse to join the scheme, including withdrawal of their charitable status for these offending organisations.
So, it is very clear. And because of that, we are asking a very relevant question regarding this attitude of the Jehovah's Witnesses regarding this national redress scheme of Australia in addressing the problem or the menace of child abuses in the country. Why they do not want? Why is it that they do not want to join that national redress scheme? For me, there are 3 leading reasons why the Watchtower or the Jehovah's Witnesses refuses to join the Australian National Redress Scheme to address the child abuse cases in the country. The first of this is they are not capable of making an honest and heartfelt apology, or they do not want to ask forgiveness for any responsibility that their organization has to do with the child abuse, especially child sexual abuse cases that happened inside their own organization, or in their own religion. Yes, they do not want to admit it, that somehow their institution or their organization is liable and the abuses that has happened inside their own religion. In fact, in their own magazines that I have discussed regarding this topic in one of my videos in the past, they are in a state of denial. So if a person is denying that he has a responsibility regarding any particular incident or wrong that has been done to a victim, it is very hard for him to make an honest and heartfelt apology. So they are not in a position to do that until now. They do not want to do that. Unlike the Catholic Church, maybe it is my belief that they have made an apology already to their victims regarding the abuses of children, and that their organization has a responsibility, because they are not named in the speech of the Prime Minister of Australia. So it is very sad. It is a very sad thing that the Jehovah's Witnesses for so many years is ridiculing and criticizing the Catholic Church because of sexual or child sexual abuses inside the Catholic Church. But then it turned out that they are worse in regards to this issue, because the Catholic Church is willing to admit their responsibility and to make amends. But the Watchtower is not, or the Jehovah's Witnesses is still denying. Until now, there is no report that they have met to, or that they have reached out to the victims of child abuses, especially child sexual abuses inside their organization in Australia, or even in any part of the world, because this problem is not menacing the Australian witnesses, but this is a very big problem that is plaguing this religion of the Jehovah's Witnesses all over the world. So that is the first reason. And what is the second reason? They want to cling to their belief that they have to stick it out with their belief that they have to follow the two witness rule being stated in the Old Testament. And this two witness rule has been already debunked by the attorney for the commission, for the Australian Royal Commission, which is a very twisted application of that particular verse or verses in the Bible. Because when it comes to child abuse situation, especially child sexual abuse situation, most of the time, or if not all of the time, not most of the time, it is being done in a privacy, in a private place, when there is no other witnesses other than the victim herself or himself. But then the Watchtower organization is insisting to cling on that archaic rule from the Bible, which is I choose the word archaic because when it comes to sexual abuses on children, the science of forensic now is so advanced that even if the victim is the only witness there, there are so many physical evidences that can be gathered from the crime scene or from the victims herself or himself that can give a conclusive case for the investigator to bring the predator or the pedophiles to justice. But then, the leadership of the Watchtower, as we can send from the interview of Jeffrey Jackson and that Australian Royal Commission, is so stubborn to cling to that two-witness rule, which protects or favors the interests of the abusers inside their organization. That is the second reason I think that they are not joining the national redress scheme. And the last one, or the third one, the last one that I was thinking, one of the foremost reasons why they do not want to join the national redress scheme is that they do not want to pay their victims, to compensate the victims in a monetary way. Because all over the world in the past, the Watchtower organization has already paid millions of dollars to the victims of child sexual abuses. And in Australia, if they're going to admit it or to join the national redress scheme, it is not only a ministerial way that they can do it, but they have to make a national apology to their victims. And if they are so to prove the honesty of their apology, they have to pay their victims the equivalent sum of money that is due them. And so, that is the third reason. They do not want to pay those victims. That is why in the past, the government of Australia has discovered that the Watchtower organization there in Australia is moving out their monies or their finances from that country to another country. Maybe the reason for that is if the things get worse on them regarding this issue, they will just declare that they do not have enough money to pay the victims. So that's the three reasons why the Watchtower is not joining the national redress scheme in Australia and in carrying the ire of the Prime Minister himself, Scott Morrison. So, what will be the consequences of this decision of the Watchtower there in Australia? Well, they may lose their charity institution status in Australia. So, that status uh, is has provided them monies or subsidies from the government of Australia. And the members of the Jehovah's Witnesses religion, the ordinary members, do not know this, that their organization is receiving monies, subsidies from the secular governments, because they have placed themselves as a charitable organization, but not providing any charitable works for the general populations or for the members. Now they are in danger of losing that status in Australia because of not joining the National Registry Scheme. So that's all for this episode, my dear viewers. I just hope that I have made you aware of the latest situations in Australia regarding the Jehovah's Witnesses. Thank you, and may you have a good day.